Okay, have you ever been there? You're traveling, you meet someone new, and you kind of struggle with how to get a good conversation going. Well, today we're going to unlock a super simple but incredibly powerful English phrase that does exactly that. So, picture this. You're in a new city, you meet someone who seems cool, you want to ask about their trip, but you don't want to sound too direct, maybe even a little rude. It's such a tricky balance, right? Like, how do you show you're actually interested without coming off as pushy? And here it is. This is the secret weapon for those exact situations. Are you staying long? It's just such a brilliant, open-ended question. It's a really warm way of asking, hey, are you planning a long visit? And it immediately puts people at ease. All right, so let's break down exactly when and why this little phrase works so well, especially when you're out there traveling. Think of this as your perfect go-to icebreaker. When you meet a fellow traveler, all you're doing is showing some polite curiosity about their adventure. And trust me, that's the best way to open the door to a much bigger, more interesting conversation. Okay, enough talk, right? Let's actually drop into a real conversation and see how this phrase works in action. So let's set this up. We've got Sarah, and she unexpectedly runs into her friend Mike in a totally different city. She's surprised, happy to see him, and kicks things off with a simple greeting. And Mike's response is super casual. He says he just got here yesterday and then gives her this little piece of information. He's taking a short break from work. Bam! That is the perfect opening for Sarah. And boom, there it is. Oh, that's nice. Are you staying long? Sarah just uses the phrase perfectly. See how natural that is? It just flows right from what Mike said. It's friendly, it shows she was actually listening, and it keeps that conversation rolling. Okay, so let's dig into the real power of this question a little bit more, because it's not just about what you're asking, it's all about how you ask it. This comparison is just so perfect. On one side, you have, when are you leaving? That can sound so abrupt, right? It almost sounds like you want them to go. But then on the other side, are you staying long? It's just so much softer. It's like an open invitation to talk more about their trip with absolutely no pressure. All right, now for the pro tip. This is where we go from just asking a question to actually building a genuine connection with someone. So here's the flow, and it's so simple. First, you start gently with our key phrase. Then, and this is the most important part, you actually listen to what they say. So if they go, yeah, for a couple of weeks, that's your cue. That's when you follow up with something like, oh, that's fantastic. What brings you here? Or got any exciting plans? You see? That one little question can totally unlock a much more meaningful conversation. All right, it's your turn. Let's see if you've got it. We're going to put this into practice with a quick little scenario. So imagine this. You're in a cool little cafe somewhere abroad. You start chatting with someone new, and you want to know a bit more about their trip. What's the best thing to say? Okay, let's look at the options. Is it A, when are you leaving? B, are you staying long? Or C, how much money did your trip cost? Which one of those sounds the most natural and, polite? Yes, you got it. The answer is B, of course. Are you staying long? It's just by far the best choice. It's polite, it's friendly, and it's absolutely perfect for someone you've just met. Nice one. So if there's one thing you take away from all this, it's this. Think of "are you staying long" as your personal key for unlocking friendly conversations, especially when you're traveling. It's really the perfect way to show you're interested without being nosy. And that's pretty much it. What a fantastic little phrase to have in your back pocket, right? So now I'm turning it over to you. What's another common phrase you've heard that you've always been a little curious about? Go ahead and drop it in the comments, and hey, we might just break that one down next time. Thanks so much for tuning in.